congratulations on the win. The final match week of the regular season, it comes kind of tacked on the end of an international break. For some teams, maybe that break is a little bit of an opportunity to sort of maybe hit a reset button, maybe take some time to reflect. How much of that was a component for the two of you in the build-up to this game, or how much of it maybe was a non-factor going into a game like this?
It was a chance for us just to, again, work on things that is just going to help us become even better for the next game. So we didn't really take, like any days off or take it lightly. So going into this game against Chicago, we just knew we had a game plan. We wanted to execute it. I think we did a relatively good job of that. Would have liked to have a shutout. So that was a bit disappointing, and we'll look back to see what we could have done differently to prevent that goal. But yeah, it's just about, I think, working together and continuing to gel and kind of peaking at the right time heading into playoffs. I think that was crucial. So the past 2 weeks just in training, just staying locked in was really important, and just kind of using that momentum.
Looking, I don't know how much you can give me in terms of being reflective because the game just finished. But in terms of this season, looking at the team and how they performed in the first half of the season and in the second half of the season, the two of you really in particular kind of had these more elevated roles down this second half of the season, this push for playoffs. Can you speak a little bit to kind of your elevated roles on the team and your efforts to kind of get to this point?
Yeah, I think, obviously this team has had a great season. We started off really hot with good results, and I think the challenge with this league is that every team is really great, and everyone improved going into the second half of the season. And so I think it was just about fine-tuning a few things and, adding a little bit more to our game. And I think for me, I wanted to come in and just bring something different, bring my game, and it took a little bit to really gel with everyone around me and really find my footing. But I feel like, again, like Kayla said, I think we're all peaking at the right time, and everything's coming together. And yeah, with Kayla coming in, it's been great, just solidifying that back line a little bit more. And yeah, I think it's been a good second half, and we're all gelling.
Yeah, Nisha, you're being humble. I think really, today having a goal and assist, she's obviously a great attacker, and it helps us be more dangerous, more lethal in the attack when we're not just scoring from 10 or one person. It's anyone can do it, and that's something we have to note. But I also think your defensive presence has really helped us a lot, and I think so. I think that is, you talk about an elevated role, we see that a lot, and that helps the people behind her. And so for me coming in to I would say the back third of the season, had about 8 games. It's a hard task coming in to a team that's already solidified. They know what they want to do, their philosophy, how they play, and the beginning was as seamless as it could be with the people around me and the knowledge that they were able to provide me, and just asking a bunch of questions. But yeah, so I think that in the last 8 games it was just, let's lock down. I knew, they were already, I think, in first and second place when I came in, and it was about how can I impact the team in the best way possible to help them be successful. And so, yeah, it was a quick turnaround, but it was just every single day just trying to do the best that I can to help this team. And my teammates are awesome, so it's quite easy to kind of play that role.
How's it been for both of you? How's it been sort of navigating this season under Vlatko Andonovski? Because this is his first year back coaching in NWSL, and from outside observations, it looks like he's coaching with a bit of purpose, perhaps maybe even a bit of a chip on the shoulder. Is that a right read, or how's it been sort of navigating this season with him?
Yeah, I feel like he's a coach that just has expectations for us, and it really brings the best out of us, and he's brought that since day one. It hasn't just been, okay, now we're doing well, so let's shoot for playoffs from day one. It was, this is what we expect from you guys, and this is what we expect from this organization. And but it's in a way that he truly believes in all of us. And especially for me, coming in, I feel like it's brought out a different part of my game and a different part of my confidence. And so, yeah, I think, he is a coach that, like I said, wants to bring the best out of us and truly has a vision. And it's been the same since day one. And every day he just says, focus on this next game, and then we focus on the next. And so I think it's really allowed us to have one vision for our season. And yeah, I hope that that's obvious to everyone who's watching that we have one purpose and one goal that's throughout the staff and the players.
I mean, I think, yeah, she nailed it. I would just add, I mean, you've obviously had like the whole season, and I think coming in later too, that's how I felt. That's exactly the read that I got coming in to this team and organization, and I think it starts from him, but then it rubs off on everyone else in the coaching staff and then the players, and it's something that just is kind of this culture that has been set, and you kind of nailed it about he really does take every game at a time. And of course, like, we have clinched playoffs a few games back, but that's done. Let's move on to this next game. How can we better prepare ourselves for this game that would hopefully help us in playoffs? And I think above all else, really trying to develop and teach the players. I think that's something that I was really seeking, and I've already felt that. And I feel like every day in training, I mean, we're already learning new things, and it's always about us as a team and what we can do together on the field versus what the opponent's going to do. And I think that's really special, and I think that helps us as a team become successful.
All right, thanks, Sandra. We're going to go to the Zoom now. First question up, Steph Young from The Athletic.
Ooh, thanks, Jeff. Kayla, Vlaco was just in here talking about how much he liked not just your defensive contributions, but your ability to work in the build-up as well. Maybe, Nichelle, you can comment on this too from your perspective higher up the field. But I'm just wondering, especially for someone who kind of had to come in and, like you said, like do a little transition, even if it was seamless, what do you like about your game that you've seen in the past couple of months, especially working with a new team that you think has been really good?
Yeah, I think I knew what the expectation he kind of had for the whole team, I think, is always to be on the front foot and to be aggressive. And I think that plays into my strengths very well, specifically defensively. And so if I can do that defensively, it gives me confidence. And then when I have more confidence, I tend to do better on the ball and in possession. So I think that just reflecting on so far in the season with this club, I've seen that. And this whole season in general, I've been playing on the left-hand side, which is not what I would typically do. So I've been really just trying to focus on, okay, I'm on my weaker foot, but let's not use that as a weakness, and let's try to focus and trying to shift that into being a strength. And every day in training, trying different types of balls and just be more confident on that left-hand side. So when teams might, force a typical left center back who's right-footed, it's a little bit easier, and now we have a little bit more threats that is helpful for the team, and it makes us a little bit more unpredictable. So yeah, just getting more confidence, and I think the players around me make it really easy. I mean, we have such talented midfielders, defenders, forwards, and so just reading their movements, they're very good at making selfless movements, and when they're doing that, it's easy for me to find them. And so I think that's what's kind of given me confidence and allowed me to, just be a little bit better in possession.